Hello everyone and welcome into a college football breakdown. I'm Taylor Farmer alongside Hentschel to break down a top 5 matchup. The Clemson Tigers are battling the Georgia Bulldogs this Saturday at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. It's a top 5 matchup. It's rare. It's excited. Both teams are ready to go. Coach Sweeney and Coach Smart have talked about they're excited to see what their teams have done in fall camp, if they're prepared to play, and almost set the tone for the rest of the season. We're going to break down both teams' offenses and defenses. Bree, let's start with Georgia's defense. What do you think we'll see out of the Bulldogs?
I think they're a massive team. It's hard to run the ball on them. They got number 99, Jordan Davis, up front. They've also got number 95, Devontae Wyatt. They have weapons on the outsides. They're quick, they're fast. I think another thing to point out is Darian Kendrick, former Clemson player. They also have him at the cornerback position. I'm curious to see if having him is going to give them an advantage. Kind of feeling out Clemson and already knowing maybe how they play and run the field.
Right. Venables was asked about that, and he says he's not sure if he's worried about that. He hasn't even thought about it at all. Mm-hmm. Maybe Kendrick has personnel that he can give his teammates, but Venables says they're not going to change anything because of that. But as far as Clemson's offense, they've got Justin Ross back, quarterback DJ Uiagalelei as QB1, but there's uncertainty in the running back position. What do you think we'll see out of Clemson's offense?
As far as the offense goes, I really think DJ's got it under his belt. I think he's going to be a star player, a star quarterback. I think he can fill the shoes of Trevor Lawrence, and I know he did mention that's not really what he thinks. That's not in his head. He's a separate person from Trevor. He wants to do his own thing. As far as the wide receiver position, we have Justin Ross back, like you said. We have great depth at that position. We have E.J. Williams, Bo Collins, Frank Ladson Jr. I think we have a lot of talent to make big things happen and get the ball going. I think another thing that really is going to benefit Clemson is their offensive line experience. They have Matt Bockhorst, Jordan McFadden, Will Putnam up front. They can do big things, make things happen. I think that's really going to benefit Clemson in close call experiences. On the topic of offense, what do you think about Georgia's offense? What are we going to see?
Well, I think opening the conversation with Georgia's offense, we have to talk about their quarterback, JT Daniels. Mm-hmm. The 6'3", 210-pound junior is from California, so we're going to have a little bit of a California quarterback action here in the South. So that one should be good to watch, but he's probably going to be their star on offense. He's going to battle, put the ball exactly where it needs to be. He doesn't make many mistakes, and he's a good leader with a good arm, and he will get the ball down the field. But Georgia also likes to run the ball. They've got great play action. They want to get the ball over the top, and Kirk Herbstreit said that this game is going to come down to which quarterback doesn't make a critical mistake. Mm-hmm. It's also going to be about who's prepared to be more physical in the trenches. And they've got great screen game that Clemson can't get manipulated with. They've got a receiver core guys who can flat out run. Number 7, Jermaine Burton, and number 10, Kearis Jackson are going to play a huge role in this Georgia offense this weekend.
Yeah, and in saying that Georgia offense likes to run the ball, how do you think Clemson's defense is going to fight back? Who are the guys for us that are going to make those plays happen?
Right. Georgia's head coach Kirby Smart talked earlier in interviews this week about the defense that Clemson returns, having back 9 of its 11 starters. And in Smart's 22 years of coaching football, says it's one of the best he's ever seen return. The volume of experience is unmatched anywhere, anytime. But Coach Sweeney says there's 20 guys on that defensive roster who have started a game for Clemson, and you don't get to start in the Clemson defense by getting lucky. He says they're talented guys who have good football knowledge, and I think one of those guys that we can watch out for is Brian Brzee. He's a big guy with a bulky frame, but he's got an elite get-off and first-step quickness. He's got quick hands as a pass rusher, and I think he'll make an immediate impact in Saturday's ball game. Another one is highlight reel athletic corner Andrew Booth. He plays fast, he closes quickly in coverage both as a defender and as a blitzer, and we've seen that if he is in a tight position or it's a one-on-one matchup, he's going to win the battle. He uses his long arms to his advantage, and he's a physical tackler with an edge. And then if we're talking defense, we have to bring up 6-year linebacker James Skowski, who's the heart and soul of this Clemson defense and the only player ever to play in and win 5 consecutive ACC championship games. He's played in 56 ball games for Clemson, and will be crucial in Clemson's defense finding success this weekend. But as we look at this game altogether, obviously we think that it's going to take a team effort to do what they need to do to win the ball game. But if we're picking one player that we want to highlight who's going to have an amazing game or even help the team win the game, who do you think that's going to be?
I'm going to have to go ahead and give it to Justin Ross. He's coming back off of an injury. I think he's going to be hot. I think he can get the ball in his hands, and he gets yardage after he gets the ball in his hands. He knows how to make big plays. I think he's going to be the guy for us. And what are your thoughts on player of the game?
I think it's going to be DJ Uiagalelei, just because everyone's question going into the season is, what is the new quarterback going to do? Can he replace Trevor? What's he going to do for Clemson? Are they going to be able to win? And I think that DJ shows great poise. He's an excellent quarterback, and he's not worried about filling Trevor Lawrence's shoes. He mentioned in interviews this week that Trevor is one of the best college quarterbacks ever, but DJ is DJ, and I think he's going to do what he needs to do for Clemson and lead his team with poise. I also think that both he and Daniels are in the conversation for Heisman, and I think that him winning this ball game and playing well, not making any critical mistake is going to lead him in that Heisman race, even if that's not what he's looking for. He's looking to help win and get his team going. But when Clemson and Georgia played pretty regularly a couple years back, or even way years back, this game set the pace for the rest of the season. So I think that if DJ can make those big plays, get balls to guys he needs to get balls to, then he will help win this game for his team.
I agree.
Well, that's all for this week's college football matchup. For pre-live and post-game coverage, make sure to keep up here with the Clemson Insider here in the TCI studio alongside Bree Hentschel and Taylor Farmer.